We are back here on WLTH 1370 AM. It is 7:30 in the PM here on November the 22nd, 2024. This is our last show before Thanksgiving, so if you got something you're thankful for, hey, feel free to call in and tell us what you're thankful for, because you won't see me next week. I will be full next week. I am looking forward to, forget all I said at the beginning of the show about taking care of your health. Next week, I will be indulging in obesity, okay? I look forward to coming back to the station the Monday after next, about 25 pounds heavier. I'm looking forward to my blood type being Ragu at that point, or Crisco, whichever. Hope you enjoyed the Howlin' Wolf with Hubert Sumlin on guitar. It's important. One of the reasons I love doing this show, I love shining the light on people who, from our culture, who just did not get the type of light and the type of credit that they deserve. You see the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, and you see all these two type of groups getting all this credit every day. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Elvis Presley, the greatest thing in the world. The Beatles, greatest thing in the world. And then you have all these black artists that they, and I'm being judicious here, were inspired by, who oftentimes end up dying in obscurity and never get the type of money, never get the type of respect. Maybe they'll get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the sideman category or something. But oftentimes when they get inducted, most of the people don't even know who they are. You know, just music people and music obsessives like myself end up knowing who they are. So I love shining light, and hopefully some of the younger people out here listening to this will be inspired to go back into our musical history, our culture. Learn about the blues. The bluesmen were hip-hop before hip-hop was hip-hop. All these dudes were doing everything rappers were doing. Like, these dudes were running around with guns, and they were drinking, they was partying, and they was having all these girls. Hell, the song "Do to Do," what do you think that's about? It's about having fun. I'll just say that. So I mean, there's a real need for us, I think, to go back in time and pay respect to our culture. We had a whole culture before hip-hop, and I love hip-hop. I'll be a hip-hop head till I die, but good God. We can't forget about jazz. We can't forget about the blues. We can't forget about soul music, folks. We can't forget about all these great legends that, again, were inspirational to the people that we're told are the greatest artists and greatest musicians in the history of the world and made all the money. No, so I'm going to make sure that people like Hubert Sumlin and Howlin' Wolf get the type of credit and respect they deserve. All right, folks. As I said, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I look forward to spending a lot of time with my family in the next few days. I'm sorry. My nephew's coming back from California. He's going to be here, and we're probably going to have Thanksgiving at somebody's house. I look forward to seeing him. I look forward to seeing all my other family members. The election's over, thank God. And so, you know, any uncomfortable conversations about that should be long out of the window. But there's lots of people in this world who will not be having a happy Thanksgiving. And it's really unfortunate to say that, but there are a lot of people who won't be able to enjoy a day of thanks because people that they love are missing. And we are in an unfortunate situation where here in the city of Gary, we have another missing woman. This time, it is Emma Baum. Her name is Emma Baum. She was 9 months pregnant. 9 months pregnant. And her family is actually pleading for her safe return home. We can only hope and pray that they get what they want. For some context, she disappeared more than a month ago, and her family is out there pleading for help in locating her whereabouts. Emma Baum is 25 years old. She was last seen on October 10th at a home where her boyfriend lived near 25th Avenue and Connecticut Street here in the city of Gary, about 2 miles directly south of downtown Gary, according to the information from her family and the GPD. Emma is a young white woman. She is 5'3". She weighs 136 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. According to a flyer posted, her family is circulating online. She has several tattoos and several scars on her arm. This young woman also has 3 other children. So, there are children, at least 3 children, who this Thanksgiving are wondering where their mom is. And that is absolutely heartbreaking. It really is. I just couldn't imagine being a child and having to sit there and wonder where my mom is. Not knowing whether she's alive or dead. And so I know that we as a community, we talked about this earlier a few months ago when Ja'Niyah McMichael came up missing, that we as a community, we have the ability to be on the lookout for anybody we see. I mean, let's just be honest here. This is a black city. I think it's 80% black. So if you see a pregnant white woman who's 25 years old walking around, she probably won't be too hard to spot Miss Emma Baum if she's walking around here, especially if she's downtown in Gary. Some more details of the case. Her boyfriend and the father of her unborn child was picked up on an unrelated failure to appear in court warrant. Now that is not something I like hearing, because obviously, I mean, we've watched enough procedural cop shows to know. I think all of us, we've watched enough Law and Order to know that whenever the police believe that they have somebody, but they just don't have the evidence to arrest them on the big crime, they will pick them up on a smaller crime or find some reason to hold them and try to either crack them or to look into their whereabouts and everything while they have them in custody. I hope I'm wrong about this. Maybe it's just a coincidence that her baby daddy has been picked up. Hopefully it is. I'd like to still think that Miss Emma is alive, not only for her sake, but for her family. Her 3 children are like I said, they are waiting for their mom to come home. I believe that we can help that happen. Like I said, all we have to do is just be on the lookout for anybody we see out of character, just walking around the city of Gary. We just don't know. A lot of times pregnant women are targeted. It's unfortunate to say. There's a lot of pregnant women who are targeted, and because they're pregnant, there are women out there who can't have kids, often who see pregnant women and target them. There are couples who often who kidnap pregnant women for the purpose of trying to steal their baby. So we really need to be on the lookout for Miss Emma Baum. Anyone with information on Emma Baum's whereabouts is asked to contact the Gary Police or the Crime Tip Hotline. The crime tip hotline is 866 crime GP. That's 866 crime GP. As I talked about a few seconds ago, she's not the only person missing here, in the city of Gary. She's actually missing from the same area as Ja'Niyah McMichael, relatively speaking. It's just announced that there is a $10,000 reward offered by USPA for information on missing teen Ja'Niyah McMichael. USPA Nationwide Security is offering $10,000 for information leading to the location of the missing Gary, Indiana teenager Ja'Niyah McMichael, who was last seen on August 11th, 2024. That is 3 months. Over 3 months now she's been gone. I can only imagine how heartbreaking that is for her mom and her family. I can't imagine being a child missing my mom on Thanksgiving. I can't imagine what this holiday season is going to be like for Ja'Niyah McMichael's mom, for her siblings, for her grandmother, Miss Guerrero. I mean, it has to be heartbreaking to not have your child, your grandchild, your sister, in times like this when everybody is celebrating as families. And again, we here in the city of Gary, everybody knows each other just about. This isn't an area where, this isn't too big of an area, but we have to keep our head on a swivel. We have to pay attention to who we see running around here. A lot of times at these gas stations, at these dollar stores, there's people hanging around outside there. I was at the dollar store the other day, and I thought I saw, I'm like, is this that young woman who's missing? But she didn't look pregnant, and I was just trying to size her up. I mean, I'm really, doing my best as a civilian to just keep my head on a swivel for anybody I see who's out of sorts in any of these types of places, because you just don't know. You really just don't know. Ja'Niyah actually was last seen at her home on the 1300 block of Malcolm X Drive in Gary, right here in Gary, which used to be Virginia Street. According to the police, she was wearing black pajamas, a black hooded sweatshirt, and black and red shoes. A silver alert was delayed by almost 3 weeks, with the Indiana State Police issuing the statewide alert on September the 5th, 2024. I don't know why. On October the 5th, the FBI and Gary police executed a search warrant at the residence where Ja'Niyah was last seen. The search was conducted by the Gang Response Investigative Team, but no updates have been provided. Now, this is what really scares me. Family members have expressed concern over conflicting timelines, with Ja'Niyah's grandmother, Dalia Guerrero, stating that the family has not had contact with Ja'Niyah since June. So, look, I'm not saying that anything about anybody in the family, but I am saying that, something's going on here. And as I said, USPA, the security service, is offering $10,000 for anybody with information for Ja'Niyah's whereabouts to come forward. This reward is about getting the community involved and helping a family in distress, said Dan Manning, who is a representative for the USPA. So again, those with information are encouraged to contact the Gary PD at 219-881-1201. That's 219-881-1201, or submit anonymous tips to USPA's Missing Persons Unit via their security online forms. Tips can also be submitted by calling or texting 786-509-7135. That's 786-509-7135. This case has drawn national interest, including advocacy from the media outlet Missing, Lost, and Trafficked. So there's a lot of people out there looking for Ja'Niyah. I really hope that we are in a better place as a city. Like I said earlier on in the show, I remember what the 90s were like, and it was not a pretty sight, especially for a lot of our young women and girls. We still have a lot of abandoned houses in the city. We have a lot of wooden areas. And so we really have to, like I said, we have to keep an eye out. Some more facts about this case. Through their investigations, Ja'Niyah's estranged father revealed that a child services report from earlier this year alleged that Ja'Niyah had been raped. That is hard to that's hard to read. That's hard. I'm sure it's even harder to have gone through. Also, it is claimed that the family has a history of involvement in organized crime. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just trying to give full context. In 2015, both Ja'Niyah's mother and grandmother were charged with witness intimidation related to a murder case involving her uncle, a member of the Latin Kings gang. Volunteer searchers have also faced resistance, including alleged gang activity near abandoned properties close to Ja'Niyah's home. Warning shots were fired, making this case even more dangerous to investigate. And that came from Pebbles Wilson, who is the founder of Missing, Lost, and Trafficked. So come on, guys. Like, seriously, this is what we talk about when we talk about the toll that all these gangbangers and a lot of these drug dealers exact on our communities. You got a missing young girl from your community who could be your sister, who could be your daughter. And instead of trying to find her, trying to help the people who are trying to find her, you are more concerned with protecting your turf. Like, seriously, that is, I mean, you can't really expect a lot of these people, but I'm just saying, that is deplorable. I mean, this is one of the things that I miss about the Fruit of Islam days. The Fruit of Islam would go up in your house. They didn't give a damn about none of the gangbangs, none of the drug dealers. They would go up in the house, in the crack house, anywhere else. And if somebody was missing or if somebody was causing trouble for black people in the community, you'd better believe they was gonna step to them. They did not care. And that's what happens when you have organization. All right, folks. When we come back, we're gonna wrap things up. On the Facebook page, I am going to put up pictures of Emma and Ja'Niyah. So please, if you don't know what they look like, come to the Facebook page. I'm going to right now transition over to their pictures on the Facebook page. If you have any information about Emma Baum, about Ja'Niyah McMichael, please call the Gary Police Department, 219-881-1201, or you could submit anonymous tips to USPA's Missing Persons Unit via their secure online form. Tips can be submitted by calling or texting 786-509-7135. We'll be right back.